Real Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. Oh my goodness, I got the order, got it down too low. Let's try again. Where are we? There we go. Come on. Really? That's how you're gonna do me? You're gonna do me this way? Okay, let's do this spin. Yes, it's 2023 still, and we are going to do a couple of videos before we drop these in. So when you see these, it'll be in 2024. I hope you enjoy. So we're gonna talk about HULST. HULST was a movie, like the title says. It was epic. It was just unbelievable. The biggest and the best race came from the ladies. So the four top ladies, which was Ceylin, Dalcom, and Alvarado, because she leads the World Cup points. She's the one laying on the ground in the picture. And then there is Park Peterson. She's actually her teammate, but Dukernik does this thing where they have quite a few riders in the cyclocross, so they separate them into two teams. So you got the Fenix and then you got the Dukernik. And then there's Fen Van Empel, who was just like destroying everybody, and Lucinda Brand. So the racing from the ladies, we're starting with the ladies, was just epic. So before we get into ladies, just one quick thing. Just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications, and we're gonna get into this. So let's I got a little picture story for you. So what we're gonna do is like this. We are going to go through the race just like this. And this is pretty much the beginning of the race. I need to make me a little smaller, don't I? Yes, I do. So I'm going to put me up in the top corner up here, so you still see me. So as you can see in this picture, if you look like all the way to the right of the screen, you see Park Peterson. She's got a fair gap on Lucinda Brand, and right behind her that's not even Ceylin. It's Maria Scriber, and Ceylin, she just got a real bad start. Man, for the life of me, Ceylin, Miss Alvarado, like the starts are appalling. I mean, the all of the fast ladies, and who else does that? Well, I wouldn't say Pickup does that. Pickup doesn't necessarily do that. He just gets, put to the back of the thing because he's ranked at the minute. But he just has to start behind everybody. But Ceylin is on the front line, and how she ends up, like by the time they get to the first corner, if it's not a short start, by the time they get to the first corner, like in HULST was a pretty long straightaway, she was down in like 15th place. I was like, God dang it, Ceylin, what are you doing? So that really got my blood boiling, got me started. I was like, okay, well, looks like it's a Fen Van Empel day, and I think Ceylin can get on the podium, and we'll just see how it goes. So as you can see, Park Peterson took off from the gun, and she just never looked back. So as you can hear, you see Ceylin, she's like on the back of a few ladies. I believe that's Menenbacher. So at this point, she had worked her way up to about 12th place, and then this is a point in the race where it just looked like Fen Van Empel, since she lost to Park Peterson, she hasn't been firing on all cylinders. So basically, the race that she didn't win against Park Peterson, there was a downhill that was really sketchy, and Fen Van Empel had a fall on it, so she was just like a little bit out of sorts. So she just wasn't. She was riding like more cautiously than she was really riding. So this is the type of course like where she couldn't really fire because it's technical, and this course here had two really killer downhills in them. And the second downhill was pretty straightforward, but the first downhill, you see she and Lucinda Brand, who's next to her, got into a little bump to bump, sort of like a cut off. So but here this is further into the race. So Fen Van Empel's on the front, Lucinda Brand is on her wheel, and Ceylin just imagine if she started the race near the front, all of that effort she put in to get to these, she could have been off the front with Puck. And just a lot of wasted energy. So this is Sailing just catching the ladies up and making it 3, chasing Puck. Peter C, he's off the front. She's gone. Puck is gone. So as you can see, Puck by herself out there solo. She must like 20 to 30 seconds. She just kept that pretty much for the entire race. And then after Sailing caught up, she was like, we got to pull this back. So she basically went straight to the front, started, putting the pressure on, and yeah, just started like to push hard to try to bring Puck back. So this is where sort of like Fan Van Empel, it was pretty much like the end of the day. Like, she doesn't really like the downhills, but this inside line was the better and the faster line. And you only took the outside line if you came in side by side with another rider. And you can see Lucinda Brand. It was Lucinda Brand that she's like further down the hill. And this is how fast the line that Fan Van Empel, who's behind Sailing, is. So by the time they get to the bottom of the hill, what happens by the time they get to the bottom of the hill? As you can see, Lucinda is making like a sharp turn to go right, and basically Femme just has to go straight. And Femme is just coming with so much more speed, because basically when Lucinda gets to the bottom of that turn, you pretty much, the speed stops, but like Femme is still going. So it's just definitely the faster line. And now Sailing is just like, look at the distance she's put in Lucinda. That's how fast that line is. But as you can see, there's something about to happen. So it looks like they're about to crash, but they don't crash because Femme Van Empel's actually applying the brakes so she could stop. And she applies the brakes just enough to like just come behind her. But in that instant, like, it just throws you off, and she end up going over the bars and then coming off of the bike. And then when she got up, she was like, she didn't give the finger, but she was pretty she was not impressed with what had just happened. So, and then from this moment on, like Femme Van Empel, just like, she was just like, she got back up on her bike. She almost like she wasn't in a hurry. And I thought for sure that, because from the last race where Sailing finished 4th, basically Femme Van Empel, Park Peter C, and Lucinda Brand rode away from her. So I thought it was probably going to be a similar thing today. But these technical descents tend to be a bit more, if they seem like, if they're not straightforward and they're pity and bumpy and stuff, it seems to be like a bit much for Femme. So Femme was like, yeah. So now Lucinda Brand's caught back up to Alvarado, and they're just going away. And at this point, as you can see, you can see where Lucinda Brand is. Lucinda Brand's right at the back of the picture. So in this section here, they were saying that it was really muddy and really tricky, and not just muddy, but like a lot of ruts in it, so making it hard to ride. And in this section right here, when they started this section, Sailing was actually like maybe a wheel or a bike length or two in front of Lucinda. And she just left Lucinda and closed the gap to Park Peter C in probably one of the most difficult sections. So when the courses are like really hard and you require power as well as technique, and there was a lot of running in this, so it was definitely right up Sailing's alley. And yeah, she just closed the gap like nothing and was basically right on the wheel of Puck. So then once she caught up to Puck, and then they basically were duking it out. So when it was really tough and stuff, like, Sailing had the advantage. But then when they got up to this here like more flatter, smoother part where it like the speeds are higher, then Puck had the advantage, and she used the fast narrow corners to get away from Alvarado. So, and that's what happened, like, and that was like on the last lap. So basically on the first lap, Salen was like out of the picture. She chased back to the two that were chasing, Lucinda and Van Van Empel, caught them, overtook them, worked, and then Alvarado and Lucinda basically got rid of Femme because Lucinda took her out, and then Alvarado, she rolled away from Alvarado rolled away from Lucinda. Like Lucinda said, she just had just too much. It was just, she was just too strong on that muddy section, and that was and then that was it. And then once Femme made a couple mistakes that allowed the ladies back in, and then that was all it took. But then Femme was able to outride, and Femme was the only one. Park Peterson was the only one that was jumping the barriers, so she had a huge advantage on the barriers. So anytime they were getting, they got a few seconds each lap. Well, Park Peterson would basically get that time back every time she jumped the barriers, and she was the only female to jump the barriers. Everyone else was getting off the bike and running the barriers. So, and there's Salen coming in second place, just hitting her, checking her watch. She's stopping the time. And then there's Lucinda Brand coming in for. This is the first time that you are seeing Van Van Empel not making the podium, which was pretty amazing. So that was the ladies' race. That's how the ladies' race went, and you can see Park Peterson and how tough that last lap was to Park Peterson and Van Van Empel. They just gave everything. I mean everything to get to the finish of that race. So where is the ladies' podium? Do I have the ladies' podium? I thought I had the ladies' podium, but I don't. Doesn't look like I have the ladies' podium. Men's podium must be this. There we go. I didn't title it, so that's lucky. So this is the ladies' podium. As you can see, Salen Alvarado on the right. And then there's your winner, Park Peterson, in the center. And then Lucinda Brand. So I got to see them live when they came to Dublin. And Lucinda rode away from Salen because the course was a lot flatter, faster, definitely up her alley. Not as much running, so Salen wasn't able to really compete with her. When there's a lot of running, Salen is in there. It's definitely a race for her to make it more competitive. Oh, it is what it is. So that was the ladies' podium, 13 minutes. Wow. So the men's, I'm not going to be that long with the men's race, but the men's race was a thing. The men's race was a doozy. So let's get rid of it, guys. So where do we start? So basically, you have Walt Van Aert, Mathieu van der Poel, and Pidcock. Where is Pidcock? So we gotta lose. Where's that Pidcock? I should have put his name on the picture. I think this is Pidcock. Oh, that's Salen. Sorry. That's fine, Pidcock. It's a great picture of her, though. This must be Pidcock. Nope, that's not Pidcock. To black. Fade to black. So we're going to find Pidcock. He's here somewhere. I think he's at the top, There's Pidcock. So, there's Pidcock. I showed you Walt. And we need to go back to... We got to remember what the screenshot was now. Yes, this one. So we're going to roll with this screenshot. And then we get into the men's race with Walt Van Aert. So in the beginning, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that I'm going to show... Oh, before we get into that, we had a couple ladies crashes. Wow, this was definitely the crash of the day. This was like the only big crash on this hill. This hill was pretty tough, so let's see. over the bar, and then they don't show the rest. So the girl coming behind her rode into her. So that was yeah, that was a lot. And then this is Pidcock. You see him picking his bike up, and like he picks his bike up, he straightens the bars. Obviously, he's pretty cheesed off. The right lever is broken. So yeah, the right lever is broken. As you can see, it's hanging off. And then here he goes to, like, he puts the chain back on. He thinks, okay, I can ride to the pit, get a new bike. Not going well. Then he ride. No, it's nothing happening. What's going on? So then he sees the derailleur. So he's like, he tries to fix it, and it comes off. So he says, okay, yeah, it's a day. It's a wrap. I'm calling it a day. So he's pretty cheesed off. And they start letting the people cross because they want to cross. So he says he starts running. So right there, when he started running towards the pit, everyone started cheering for him. Yeah, yeah, because they wanted to see him ride. So many people came there to see Pidcock, Walt Van Aert, and Mathieu van der Poel. Regardless of what anybody says, that's who people came to see, and that's what people wanted to see race. So basically, from this point here on, from 73rd place, Pidcock was able to pick off 50 guys and finish in, almost 50 guys, and finish in 25th place. Walt Van Aert, my man Walt, I was like, yes, Walt, he's going to be in there with a podium. But just as he was getting going, he went into a corner with Newhouse, and they went into a corner that was only single file together. And Walt came out the worst. He went down firstly, and he slid under the barrier things that they used to make the course. And then after that, when he did that, something happened to the derailleur. The chain came off, so then it got stuck. Then he lost about 10 places, maybe even more. And then he had to work his way back from probably 25th, where Pidcock worked his way up to finish 5th on the day, which was a pretty good day for Walt Van Aert. Considering what happened, it was a tough day. So he slugged it back, and he made it back to 5th place. So, and where's Mathieu van der Poel? So let me finish the Pidcock, and I did bring up Mathieu van der Poel. So, and this was your winner for today. And Mathieu went through some stuff, so I'm gonna do another video. Mathieu, he got fined after the race. He won the race, but he got fined in the race. So check out the next video. We're going to get into why Mathieu van der Poel got fined. But remember to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications. I know that was long, and I hope that you made it all the way through. And we will catch you on the next video, where we're going to talk about Mathieu van der Poel and what happened, and also got some more information, so as to what happened. So let's get into it. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you in the next one. It's 2024, people. All those people like, it's 2024, I got to start this. So good luck to you. I've been going, so yeah, catch you up. Your legs media, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.